Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. I hope everyone is all well out there in the world currently right now. West Ham United play Leicester City tomorrow at the LS in a game where I expect West Ham to win. Yeah, I really do expect West Ham to win this game. I don't expect no excuses, nothing. I expect West Ham to come out the traps, all guns blazing, and get the job done to a point. It's gonna be an interesting game because the last time we played this side, they hammered us. They hammered us. They was 3-0 up. We scored a late goal to make it sort of respectable to a point. But I do expect a different West Ham, especially after Saturday's performance. Saturday's performance was excellent. Listen, like some of the players that put in that performance at the weekend deserve so much credit. Like even from Ollie Scholes, who I've looked at this week, who looks right up for it. You know what I mean? I put a comment out on Twitter the other day saying about in 18 months' time, could he possibly be have an England call up or even go to the World Cup in 2026? That's not, listen, I'm not deluded, mate. Like, I plan things ahead. And this kid is mustard. If Potter works him into the side now, gets him climatised to the Premier League, within 18 months, this kid could be going on to big things. Do you know what I'm saying? I do think this game needs a sort of vocal point up front. So I would like to see Evan Ferguson up front for West Ham on Thursday night. I can't. I don't want us to be sitting back. I don't want us to be playing 5 at the back or 3-4-3. I want us to go like 4-3-3 and attack Leicester. And I expect West Ham to score goals in this game. It's going to be tricky because they're going to come and they're going to sit in a low block. Simple as that. They're going to come, they're going to sit there, and they're going to try and do to us what we done to Arsenal the other day. That's what they're going to try and do. Now, for me, we need to come out the traps fast and not slow. We need to be on the ball from minute one. And once we get that first goal, then they're going to have to come out, and then it's going to be good night. I just feel that we need to be. This is the game where we need to show a creative spark to a point. In these sort of games, West Ham struggle, absolute struggle all the time. Yeah, and they know how difficult it is to break teams down. It's one thing that any West Ham fan that you asked, it's breaking the team down. Do you know what I mean? So it's a tricky one. It really is. What do I think of Leicester in regards of things? Leicester, to me, have been diabolical. Do you know what I mean? They have the manager bans against us, and then they haven't won anything else. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's been a bit mental over the last sort of few months for them. Let's get this man in. You know what I mean? Jay, how are you doing, sir?
I am well. Afternoon, James. Apologies, my slight lateness. Good afternoon, everyone in chat. Hope everyone is excited. 2 West Hams in 1 week. I had to do the maths then. Christ, it's been a long day. But yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Good. I was just saying, I expect to win tomorrow. Oh, it ain't so much expect to win. We must win. No other result matters, really, other than a win. What are you saying?
Yeah, I'd probably agree with you. It's more about showing what we've got as a squad and as a side now. As a side now. Obviously, we haven't really got anything to play for. We haven't got any danger below us. We haven't really got any aspirations or like chance of finishing much higher than we currently are. I think 12th is probably the best we could hope for, and even that we'd need a fair wind behind us. So yeah, it's more about showing what character we've got. It's more about showing that we've got the ability to win twice in a week, which we haven't done in ages. So yeah, like we'll see what we've got about us.
I don't know what's going on here, but they're saying they can't see you for some reason, right? And I've just checked, and it's like the ghost of Christmas past. Right, I'm going to chuck you out. I'm going to bring you back. Right, just remove him. Right, come back, Jay. Come back, Jay. I don't know why that is doing that. It never does it any other time, and today it's deciding to do it. So when Jay comes back in, hopefully we get to see him in the flesh. Do you know what I'm saying? Three at the back: Cresswell, Kilman, Tadibo, wing back, Skull, Rambasaka, 2 CDMs, now Alvarez and Ward Prowse. Cam, Kudus, Bowen in front of Ferguson up front. I will say that ain't bad lineup. Do you know what I'm saying? Can anyone else hear Jay talking in their head? Well, he was talking. Do you know what I mean? Right, he's back again. Right, let's try stage two. And welcome back, Jay. I can see you, but they can't for some reason.
Am
What you
I
say?
real? Am I alive? Like, I feel like I'm Bruce Willis right now, and I don't know whether I'm actually alive or not.
In,
Maybe I'm in purgatory. Maybe I'm in the further. I don't know.
right, I can see you. I can see you. You're here.
Yeah.
You're here, mate. You're here. Yeah, mate. There's no sixth sense here, mate. There's no
I
sixth
know
sense here.
everyone misses the Barnet. Like everyone needs to see it. It's you, Steve Tyler, wherever you are, you bastard. I know you miss it. So yeah,
Yeah.
apologies. I'm
There you
here.
go. Look, peaceful mind. And when he is peaceful, he's got a great mind. Um, yeah, you could be a male model, son. You could, it really could. Right, what was you saying? Now they can see you because
Yeah. Apologies. I didn't mean to spook anyone. That like, mate, yeah, I am real. I exist. You can all see me. I'm grateful. Yeah, we just got to show what we're all about. Let's see if we can win 2 games in a week. It will fire us up maybe another place or two and build a bit of momentum and let's just see if it can give us something to get excited about towards the end of the season. I said before, I could see us at some point before the end of the season winning like four or 5 games in a row, just when it starts to click for Potter. Let's hope that this is it. I'm not going to get overly excited too early, but let's hope that this is the start of something fun.
hopefully, I'm not going to lie, but there is so much optimism amongst the fan base. I'm just going to show this picture from Monday's show, and it was a classic picture. It's one of the most classic E20 pictures, and it is that one. That is what it's like to be mad. Do you know what I mean? Shout out to Rich. You know what I mean? When I did see that picture, I did have to piss myself laughing for a bit because it was quite funny at the time. But what are you expecting from Leicester before we get into the lineup, mate?
I'll be honest, not a lot. I've what I've seen of Leicester so far this season, I've not been overly impressed. The difficulty that we'll have as West Ham and in the way that we've struggled this season is they won't be overly expansive. They'll be happy to sit a bit deep and they'll be happy to tell us to come and break them down. Which without Lucas Paqueta, like people love to hate him, but we were just starting to see the best of Lucas Paqueta. He's the kind of player that you'll need in a system where the opposition's going to sit deep and you're going to need someone to pick a pass. Because we haven't really got anyone who's going to be able to do it. It's going to be a very, very different challenge than Arsenal was. Arsenal, we got the game plan bang on. Absolutely 100% correct. We mid-blocked, we high-lined, and then we low-blocked. And we hit them on the counter. We scored the goal, and then we shut up shop. That's perfect. We aren't going to have the luxury of doing that. We saw that under the previous guy, we had 30 plus shots, probably the most that I remember us ever having as West Ham. And we put the ball in the goal once when the game was already dead. So we're going to have to create some bigger chances and we're going to have to take those chances as well. So yeah, it's going to be a very different test tomorrow night.
Colin, shout out to you, mate. Hope you're very, very well wherever you are. Jones, mate, I've been very impressed since Potter's come in. I say we'll win 3-0 this time. We are much better and more organised now and looking forward to the rest of the season. What difference a change of manager makes, isn't it? And a bit of optimism in the fan base. Like a few months ago, everyone fucking hated the season. Now everyone's sort of gone back to sort of full circle. Do you know what I mean? For me, to round this up before we get into the starting lineups, I expect to win. This will show me what West Ham's really all about. Do you know what I mean? We had a good result at the weekend against Arsenal. That's all great. But we've got to build on that in this game. And when it's just a typical West Ham fucking way though with us, yeah. We go and beat Arsenal at the Emirates and then we fail to beat Leicester at home, who are bottom of the league. Do you know what I mean? It's just, yeah. So I expect something tomorrow night. I expect goals. The main thing, I expect to win. So yeah, let's go to the starting lineup. Give us your starting lineup, Jay.
Can't change the goalkeeper, can you? He had very little to do against Arsenal. What he did, I thought he did really well. He had 2 saves to make all game, commanded his box. The Declan Rice corner that I'll never forget, watching him nearly cry as he came over to the fans. Ariola come out and punched it away. And it wasn't just a flap, it was the kind of thing that we've missed from him, where he came out, he took control of the situation, he got rid of it. I thought his passing was better. Like I thought he had a good game. So yeah, Ariola in goal for me, 100%.
I agree with Ariola in goal. Is it a back 3? Is it a back 5? Or is it a back 4?
I was, do you know, I was thinking of this, and I thought the job that they did at the weekend, I can't fault a single man that was on that pitch at the weekend at any point. I can't say that they did anything wrong. So I wouldn't be overly disappointed if it was a back three and it was exactly the same as what we saw. If it's me, I wouldn't. I'd probably switch to a back four. You're going to need extra men going forwards, and you're going to need to create more movement around their centre backs and try and disrupt them a bit more. What we've noticed previously when we've played a false nine, which it would be if we go back three, I can't see Kudus and Bowen switching from their front two that we kind of had against Arsenal if he goes back three.
Just to say this though, but does it show weakness if we keep changing it around and not having a stable formation? I know football's a game of like changing formations in game, like, and different opposition breeds different like sort of outcomes, sort of thing. But is there a situation where I want us to be more proactive, but we're going to be more like we was on Saturday?
I think this kind of change is a lot of what the fan base wanted, and I'm not saying that people have cried out for let's switch the formations, but I'm saying we need to eye up an opponent, we need to look at their weaknesses, and we need to be confident that we can go and exploit them. So, which is why I'm not like disappointed if we start exactly the same starting 11 as we started the other day. I've got no issue with it. I've got absolutely no issue with it whatsoever, because I agree and I do subscribe to the idea that you do need consistency. This is going to be our preferred formation, and we do need to get used to playing it more often than not. But on the other side of it, we need to look at games, especially for the future, where we play against the weaker side and we go, fine, we need to be more attacking today. We need to score some goals, because what we've historically not been good at is putting teams to the sword and going and sticking a load of goals past a team that's struggling. And let's face it, this Leicester team, they're gone. They're not surviving this season. So in the future, you look at our goal difference, like we ain't going to rescue it this season, but for next season, if we want to have serious ambitions to try and challenge for European spots again, then we need to be putting threes and fours past these kinds of teams. I'm not saying that I think we're going to do that tomorrow, but we need to get used to going into a game and thinking, right, we're better than this team. We need to go ahead and we need to be on the ball. We need to have players in attacking positions, and we need to control the game. And I think that's the future for West Ham.
Right. So 3, 4, 5. What are you saying?
I'm going to say back four for me. And I'm going to say it's a pretty predictable back four. Aaron Wan-Bissaka continues at right back, obviously. Hopefully, I think the fact that Todibo played an hour means that he's played an hour because he's going to play probably another hour tomorrow night.
I think he has to play this game, considering we don't play for another 12 days after this game. I think our next game is the following Monday. So we don't play for a long time. I expect Todibo to play in this game. So I agree with you on that.
The only issue, I don't know if it was picked up on the cameras, he was limping when he went and sat down on the bench. Whether that's like he's obviously just come back from an injury. I think they were it would be odd that he come off bang on an hour if it was anything other than a precaution. So I would imagine they were just being careful with him. So I'll be happy if he gets another hour. I've got no issue whatsoever. So I would start him if he's fit. Kilman, and you got to start Ollie Skiles again. Give him another start. Has he got it in his legs? I don't know. That's the only question I would ask. But to your point just there, we've got 2 weeks off. So I would want to see him start. He's a Premier League footballer now, and he's going to be for the rest of his career, I would say. So I'd like to see Skiles start again.
He has to start. He was a fucking breath of fresh air the other day.
Yeah.
Complete breath of fresh air. I completely agree with the back four. 3 in midfield for you? Or is it 4-2-3-1?
I think we've probably got to play 3 in midfield. I really like the idea that the 3 was fluid. Each one of those 3 was at some point the deepest man and at some point the highest man. I'd like to see the same midfield 3, Souček, Alvarez and Ward-Prowse. I thought they were all excellent. I'd like to see Alvarez sit a bit deeper and give Souček and Ward-Prowse a little bit more freedom, because we're going to probably dominate the ball a bit more in this game. I would hope we do anyway.
Yeah.
You'd like to see that plan of action put into place again, and you'd like to see Ward-Prowse operating on the right-hand side of the 3 with Wan-Bissaka and Kudus, trying to engineer some space so that he can whip crosses in, and Souček then has the freedom to ghost in at the back post and provide what will be a really big aerial threat for Whufc, however you say it. So I'd like to see that as the midfield 3 that we deploy, in all honesty. Honourable mention for Paqueta. I think if he was fit, I probably would bring him in for this game. Who I'll take out, I don't know. But I think the midfield three did so well, and that's probably the game plan to try and cause Leicester some problems.
I'm going to say something right now.
Go on.
James Ward-Prowse scores a free kick tomorrow.
Oh, I'd love it.
And I'm having money on it. I've got the feeling that he scores a free kick, or he scores a goal tomorrow, right? So quote me on that one. I completely agree. I thought all three of them done their jobs the other day and done very, very well. Who's the front three for you?
I personally would bring Ferguson in. I'd want to see him play. I think he's been building up his fitness, obviously. Again, another player who struggles with fitness and injuries, who isn't going to play. Actually, I don't know. Ireland have probably got games, haven't they? Doesn't matter. But like, he's not going to play another Premier League game for another 12 days. So I'd like to see Evan Ferguson start, see if he can do an hour as well. And at the same time, that then allows you to put probably Bowen on the right, and it probably put Kudus on the left. And again, they can probably interchange. They can probably sit narrower when they need to sit narrower. I like the idea that Kudus, when he's played on the left of that two with Bowen, he gets narrower, he gets on the ball more, and he looks like he's playing with a bit more freedom. So I think whilst we know it's a bit of a graveyard shift historically when Mo plays out on the left, I'd like to see him start on the left, but on the idea that he drops very narrow and Ollie Scarles gets the freedom to get forward. He's a left winger for the 21s. So I'd like to see him, like, given the license and given the freedom on that left-hand side to go and operate on that left side. So I think that lineup causes a lot of problems for Leicester.
I actually think that lineup converts into a 4-2-3-1, if you want me to be real. And I think James Ward-Prowse goes as the 10, and he lead the press with, like, Ferguson and everyone. Like, because I think Ward-Prowse in that position ain't bad. He's not a DM, like, you can cut that one out. He's good in a 3. I think as a 10, he can do some damage. Peter Parker's in the house.
Shout out to Peter. Go on. All the way from Greece.
All the way from Greece. Yeah, I hope you're loving life. Do you know what I mean? And also as Spider-Man. So there you go.
Send our regards to Mike Theory whilst you're there.
Yeah. Listen, I think that team should do some damage, and I don't know why. I've got a feeling Ward-Prowse scores. I don't know. I fancy Ward-Prowse goal tomorrow. Right, let's come to it. Predictions, Jay. What are you saying?
I think we're going to win 2-0. I think the lineup that we're going to put out, I feel good about. I feel like the players are going to be full of confidence. You could see, wouldn't it nice just like looking at the behind the scenes video and seeing the scenes when they walk through the tunnel and everyone's buzzing. It feels like the team spirit's back, the team morale is back. And that's huge for West Ham. We dined off that for a long, long time. When we started to hit our peak in like 21, 22, it was all about just the fact that the team loved playing football together. And I'd like to see that back. And I think this will be the start of it. So I think we'll have too much for them. I don't think we'll go crazy. I don't think we'll bag loads of goals. But I think this will be the start of us hopefully building some momentum for the final push of the season. So, yeah, I'm going to say 2-0, mate.
I am going to say, right, before I say anything, don't get scared by that man. That's what I'm going to say. Just don't get scared by him, yeah? But I'm actually going to say West Ham run right on this one. I don't know why. I've got a feeling West Ham need to give us a team a good hiding. I think Leicester's going to be the team that they give a good hiding to. So I'm going to say I reckon if West Ham score early, 3, maybe even 4. I reckon. Yeah, I reckon they're really gonna have a go at it. If they set up in a 4-2-3-1, Ferguson starts, Kudus, Bowen, and Ward-Prowse goes further forward, and allows Souček and Alvarez to sit there as the 2 midfielders, and Ward-Prowse sort of floats between midfield and attacking 10. I think we run right, and I think we score some goals. I think Mo might score even tomorrow and all. Yeah, I think he needs a goal. Everyone needs a goal tomorrow. That man needs a goal urgently to get his confidence back up and running, because I think the other day he's a good player. Let's be real, but he just didn't score the goal. So, you know, it is what it is. So I'm going to say 4-0. 4-0. And I'm quite adamant on that. And I think you're going to see this is going to show what the real West Ham's all about. And if West Ham can get this result right, then we've got a nice break until the Newcastle game on the which is about 12 days, I think, 13 days time, whatever it is. So yeah, it's a long time away. So yeah, 4-0 to the boys in the claret and blue. Jay, any final words, son?
Just to kind of build on something that you said, it'd be great to see some confidence boosting goals. You like Kudus, you're 100% right on that. Ward Prowse, I'd love to see him get like probably his first start back at London Stadium. Would love to see him score a goal. Even more to see a free kick scored. And Evan Ferguson as well. Would love to see Evan Ferguson score his first goal in Claret and Blue. Hopefully the first of a few. Like, I'd like to see Evan Ferguson score just enough goals for West Ham where he's worth buying, but not too many where it becomes too expensive to buy.
Yeah.
So like 4 goals where we go, oh yeah, like he's got something about him, but not like 6 or 7 where Brighton then go, we want 80 million quid, lads. So yeah, I'd love to see some confidence boosting goals go into the international break. Hopefully having leapfrogged Manchester United. And yeah, hopefully we then go into the final drive for the end of the season where we can make that push for the coveted 12th place that West Ham deserve.
I do agree with this comment. This is why it made me laugh. We always do this. We win a game. We dream of battering everyone. Just a scrappy win for me, James. Baby steps. I understand it, but the way I watched Leicester on Friday night against Brentford, Brentford went through them with ease. I mean, literal ease. Like, didn't even like batter an eyelid to a point. And I expect us to go through Leicester with ease, especially with the talent that we've got. If we were struggling with personnel up front, then I can understand it. Scrappy 1-0. But I expect a performance, mate. No, if we win 2-0, okay, fair enough. If we win 3-0, 4-0, whatever. If we lose the game, fucking that is just typical West Ham for me. That will be typical West Ham. So
here's a question for you then. Like if we do lose this game, do we learn anything from it? And how do you feel about Graham Potter if he goes and wins at Arsenal, but then he loses at home to Leicester? How are you going to be looking at things if that happens?
Bipolar FC,
Yeah,
100%. Like, it's just there's no consistency. Then is there? If we don't get a result, even if we draw this game, yeah, I think that's a bad result. Like, I think we have to win this game. Like, they're a team that's getting battered by everyone. Teams are going with not even strikers and winning games. Like Arsenal the other week beat them easily to a point, even though Arsenal weren't great. And then if they come to us and they turn us over either with a draw or a win, I am going to look at it and think, well, what's going on here? Because you just can't predict football, can you? So, it's going to be interesting to see. Any final words, Jay, for you?
Not really. Up the bastard irons and fuck Steve Tiley always. That's it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to E20 Zone TV. Please do subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to this 5,000 mark before the end of the year. It goes a long way. Just like it's getting there, but it's getting draining because I just can't get there at the minute. And I'll be back tomorrow after Whufc, straight after the game. Come on, have your say. You know how it works. I'll be here. Anyway, from me to you, take care of yourselves out there. Be safe, be well. And Nottingham Forest tonight, 3-1 to beat Arsenal. Get your money on. Peace.